take this as follows. I would say that people need to build great apps, great products. Once you have a great product, you will trump everything else. And in order for you to do this, you need to have a lot of trials, and today is a great time with generative AI, where there's a lot more people who can create and try products. So networks that have a lot of people will naturally be able to have a competitive advantage in being able to empowering them and creating a lot of different products and a lot of different value. So by having value, eventually you're going to convince everyone else to accept it.
David? Built on BitTensor, one of the leading crypto AI protocols.
I am Nicolas. I am one of the co-founders of Pi Network and heading the technology. Pi Network is a social network with tens of millions of people with its own embedded cryptocurrency, Pi. People have been mining it for the last more than 6 years now. They've been using it, they have been creating apps. And one unique feature about Pi is that every account on the blockchain, before it's activated, it needs to pass identity verification.
All right, so what I want to start with, and again, you can give me a really short answer, is in the worlds that each of you are playing within the infra side and in AI, you know, I wanted you to give me kind of the analogous place we are in the technology spectrum, right? So if we think of YouTube and streaming video, are we still in the VHS era when it comes to what we're doing? So Nick, let's start with you.
Oh wow, so that's a good question. So I think that every time in history there's technologies that are being invented, and then there's a little bit of lag and a little bit of time between when they are invented and they are actually being massively used. So that's where we are with Gen AI. So especially with the generative AI and AI in general, there has been a leap forward, a breakthrough in what the models can achieve. And now is the time to build great apps and great products. In the same way that, you know, when electricity was created, not every house had it, not every industrialization wasn't there, or when the combustion engine was there, not everyone had a car. What was the exact product was not really known. So that's where we are right now. It's an exciting time to live.
All right, well, the combustion engine, that's what I'm taking away from David, where are we right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot about this. I sort of feel like we're, you know, in the kind of mid-90s of the internet. But one big difference is there's massive distribution, right, that's been laid over the last 25 years since then. And so I think because of that, you know, you've seen, you know, some unbelievable growth in, you know, from 0 to 100 million in revenue by the, you know, OpenAI, but then Cursor doing it like, you know, in record time. And that's because
and blockchain rails is a natural fit for that.
Nicholas, the Pi network has millions of people. We found this out the hard way when we were announcing your panel. They went crazy. I don't know how many of them are synthetic. I don't know how many of them are real. But in dealing with the vast numbers that you're dealing with, are you worried that at some point it kind of goes out of control where this massive, this group mass starts to do the things it wants to do, whether he wants it or not?
Yeah, that's a problem, a challenge not only for Pi, but for the world going forward, because now with generative AI, it's becoming less and less easy to distinguish a real human from AI. It used to be AI used to be pretty dumb, you could tell immediately, but now it's not that easy. So Pi opted for following a unique approach, which was to KYC every single individual using identity verification, turning your head left and right, and all that stuff. And we think that this approach is going to be very useful, especially in the future, when you want to distinguish between 1,000 fake bots and 1,000 real people, especially in a world where you want to be able to meritocratically and fairly distribute value or other applications like this. You need to be able to identify who's human and who's not.
You know, David, you know, we're talking backstage about what true proof of humanity means, especially at the enterprise level that I know you guys are playing at.